I've been looking for that permanent solution at second base. Could this be the permanent solution? Flashback Brandon Phillips is now on the squad. 94 overall Brandon Phillips. I'm sure some people have seen this guy just in the market and stuff. He was going for around 58,000. That's how much I got him for. 58,000 stubs. But I've seen him go as low as around 40,000, I'm pretty sure. So I kind of got, not ripped off, but I probably could have waited. I don't know. I figured that, just my luck, I figured that if I waited longer, he just would have kept going up in price. But I did see him as low as 40,000 stubs. I think why he was as low as 40,000 stubs because people had him in the market for around 59, 58, and then some guy put him up for around 40,000. And then there was a huge, in-between drop-off between the 40,000 and like the 57,000, whatever the in-between was. But yeah, some guy obviously picked him up for 40,000 because I saw him going for 40,000 stubs when I didn't have that much stubs in the bank. So then I had to sell D. Gordon. I also got rid of Craig Kimbrel, as I stated in the previous video, because that is a waste of stubs, man. Spending that much money on a closer, if you ask me. I know Kimbrel throws 99 miles per hour, but you can get a Aroldis Chapman who has more stuff. I mean, Kimbrel has a knuckle curve. He has a 4-seam, 2-seam, and a knuckle curve. I'm pretty sure Chapman has a slider and a changeup, along with, 102-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's only going for around 10,000 stubs. Maybe not even that much, maybe a bit more, but that is just a waste of stubs. I spent about 30,000 stubs on Kimbrel, and that was a huge mistake, so I got rid of him while he was, I think he's dropping, because he has a bad matchup rating, so he might be dropping in overall, maybe soon. He has not been pitching as well as he should be. I mean, the Sox are doing good this year, but I've seen Kimbrel pitch a couple of times, and he came in and blew a couple saves and wasn't able to do his job. I mean, I haven't seen every time he went to the mound. Obviously, he's pitched good sometimes, but the times I've seen him pitch, he hasn't been doing that good, so he might drop in overall. So I wanted to get rid of him while he was still going for a good amount of stubs. But flashback Brandon Phillips might be the permanent solution. And here he is leading it, or not leading it off. Here he is in the second inning, ripping one down the third baseline. That is what I am talking about, Phillips. The first at bat, he is coming through, ripping a base hit down the third baseline to get his first base hit of the game. So I'm threatening now. I got two guys on. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of, well, not really unfortunately, I had to get rid of Yadier Molina, just the normal Yadier Molina, because I had to make some stubs, like I was saying, to get this guy, and he was going for around 700 stubs, but I had to put Russell Martin back in the starting lineup. I can't even sell Russell Martin because he was one of the I forget how I got him, but I can't sell him. So I have to, unfortunately, keep Russell Martin. So I'm still looking for that permanent solution at catcher. And I was saying it in the last video, too. I'm looking at flashback Brian McCann or flashback Víctor Martínez. Víctor Martínez is only going for around 30,000 stubs, but that Brian McCann is going for around 70-something thousand. So I'm not really sure who I'm going to get. Probably, if I'm going to get anyone anytime soon, it's probably going to be that flashback Víctor Martínez. Look at this guy trying to, look at this guy trying to tag up on Ichiro, man. I didn't even get a good running start on that ball. Ichiro guns him down at third base. Ichiro has a gun, man. I'm pretty sure he has 99 arm strength, that flashback Ichiro. So I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. But, yeah, if I get any catcher anytime soon, it's probably going to be that Víctor Martínez. But it's still up in the air. Not really sure yet. Carl Crawford, man. I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore. He is always getting hits. He cannot be stopped, ripping one down the right field line for the stand-up double, and then stealing third base right after that. So Beltré is looking to drive him in. Clutch piece of hitting right there from Beltré, man. Squeezing it in the third baseman and the shortstop for the ribby right there. 1-1 game in the third inning. And then Fielder is stepping to the plate and driving one down the right field. I just hit my mic. Hopefully that didn't make a loud noise. But Fielder is driving one down the right field line. And now I got two men in scoring position. Gwynn is stepping up to the plate next. The hitting is coming in bunches, driving one to right field. And I am sending Fielder home. Bad decision. Terrible decision trying to send Fielder home, man. That is José Bautista in right field, man. That guy got a cannon. And, well, not a cannon, but he has a good arm. I was just hoping that he could throw the ball a bit offline or something. Fielder stumbling his way around third base. Can't get in there, but I still got the lead anyway. 2-1 now. Phillips getting an easy ground ball. And it is now the bottom of the third. I got Corey Kluber on the mound, too, if anyone was wondering. This guy is not bad, man. I got him in the captain sets, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I'm using the Ortiz captain at the moment, and I got him around a month or something to go, but he's still pretty good. Flying one out to left field to end this inning, and Brandon Phillips is leading it off in the top of the fourth.
Brandon Phillips is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run.
Is Brandon Phillips on juice? This guy put a charge into one 463 feet. A moonshot, as Vasgersian said, to left center. That ball almost wasn't even in the screen. 463 feet. I haven't even seen anyone on my team other than Prince Fielder hit home runs that deep. Prince Fielder is the only guy who can probably hit up, maybe that flashback. Yeah, probably flashback Adrián Beltré got that kind of power too, but that Brandon Phillips has about 84 power against lefties, and that was against a lefty, but still 84 power, able to hit it 463 feet. That was a hanging breaking ball right down the center of the plate, so that was a meatball. Either way, though, that is a deep bomb by Brandon Phillips, starting off this game 2 for 2 with a dinger in the process. So, man, this guy might be the permanent solution. I am liking what he is doing so far. Now we are in the top of the fifth, and I wasn't able to get that much going in this inning. Ichiro with the 1-2 count, just grounding it out. And then Carl Crawford is stepping up to the plate next. That is a pretty decent bunt right there. Trying to lay one down to get something going in this inning, but getting thrown out. That looked very close at first base. Wasn't challenged, though. So that was a ground out nonetheless. And then Beltré just hits a weak little dribbler to the pitcher to ground out as well. So the bottom of the fifth is coming around. And Phillips, a weak line drive hit Phillips' way. That was probably my fault. I thought that was going to be hit right to Phillips, so I didn't really move right there. I probably could have jumped in the air and tried to make the catch, but that wasn't Phillips' fault. That was my fault. And this guy's trying to go to the sack bunt with the pitcher up at the plate. And I'm throwing his guy out at second base to prevent the sacrifice bunt. And then he wasn't able to get anything going after that. He just grounds out to end the inning. And now we are in the top of the sixth. And Tony Gwynn looking to make up for that early mistake early in the game. Diving for that ball and missing it. Driving one to the gap in left center. And hitting a stand-up double to not lead off this. Was it lead off? Yeah, to lead on. No, not to lead off this. And there was one down after Fielder grounded out, I'm pretty sure. Tony Gwynn hit a gapper and a stand-up double, but Phillips making good contact. Wasn't able to get anything out of that, though, just a ground out to the shortstop. And then Robin Yount is just hitting a weak pop fly to Bautista in right field. And I wasn't able to capitalize on the double from Gwynn. And then, Jesus, man, that is terrible pitching right there, man. I meant to throw that fastball up in the strike zone, up and in, and that was left right over the plate, and Bautista smoked that. I'm not sure how deep that was, but that could have been pushing 500 feet as well. That ball almost looked like it wasn't in the screen either, so it is now a tie ball game in the top of the seventh. We got some base runners on with Ichiro, and Crawford was almost able to squeeze one by the first baseman right there, but cannot do so. So we are now in the bottom of the seventh, moving right along. This guy is trying to get something going in this inning, but wasn't able to do so, just hitting 3 ground outs in that inning. Then we're in the top of the eighth. Beltré's leading it off, trying to get something going. Can't. Grounded it out to second base. And then Fielder is striking out on the high heat. I forget who this guy put in after his starter, but he was throwing some heat, man. 97, 98 miles per hour on the gun. And I wasn't able to catch up to it sometimes. Gwynn is just flying out to left field to end that inning. Bottom of the eighth. Phillips coming up with the easy ground ball. and now there's 2 down. There's a 2-1 count, and then Yount not trying to play Derek Jeter this time and just throwing him out at first base with the strong throw right there. We are going into the 9th, tied up at 3. Phillips is leading it off this inning too, trying to have some leadoff magic again with Phillips, trying to go deep, but getting jammed in the process and just hitting the weakest pop fly imaginable to the catcher. And then this guy must have been squeezing the line right there, man, with Bautista, because that looked like it was going to be a double down the line. And then Bautista catches up to it. Yount not able to get anything, and then Martin trying to hit one to the gap right after him and can't get anything either. So bottom of the 9th, I need to shut the door. I still have Kluber on the mound, even though I was warming up the closer. And first guy up, first guy down. That is very important in the bottom of the 9th. And then Bautista is up at the dish next, hitting a powerful line drive to Ichiro. That could have been deadly as well if there was a little bit of a shift going on out there in the outfield, and then popping a one up to Kluber to end the 9th. We are going to extra innings, and I am pinch hitting Ender Inciarte. This is how you get some playing time. Driving one up the gut. That is how you get some playing time right there, man. Inciarte leading off with the single up the gut, and then Ichiro just laying one down. I thought that was a good time to lay one down with Ichiro. That was a sacrifice nonetheless. And then Crawford getting robbed, but Beltré's up next.
Now a swing, and Beltré hits one high and deep, and there is no doubt about this one. That's a long home run.
Gotta be careful.
Flashback Adrián Beltré coming through in the clutch again with the 2-run homer in the top of the 10th, and then Fielder hitting a powerful line note right there to Bautista. So I'm looking to shut the door. I'm putting my closer in. First guy up and first guy down again. Very, very important. And then the second guy up hitting a line out right to Phillips. Phillips not going to make a mistake on that. And then the last guy up, down to his last out, down to his last strike, is hitting a ground out to Fielder to end this game. Beltré gets player of the game. That is well deserved after that home run. He also got a clutch RBI earlier in this game too. Good debut for Phillips.